Do you have that person in your life that if you're having a terrible day, that the moment you talk to them, it gets 100 times better? Well, for me, that person was Anthony Branca. When I was in Florida, I spent a lot of time with the Brancas. His father is my best friend, and so I got to know him as if he were family to me. He's always the life of the party, and he always wanted to go on adventures. If you were ever having a bad day, you say, "Hey, what are you doing?" He'd say, "Come over, we're gonna have an adventure." That was the kind of kid Anthony was. He had 2 younger brothers that he just loved more than life, and his dad was absolutely his best friend. These guys were my family. On November 7th, 2014, Anthony was riding his motorcycle, and he was rear-ended by a Comcast van. The world lost a really bright light that day. So drivers in their 20s are 27% of the cause 27% of the fatal accidents that are done because of this. Today, I'm going to persuade you not to text and drive. There are 3 reasons why you should not text and drive. The first reason is because it saves lives. The next reason is because it saves money. And then the final reason is because it's easy. The first reason you shouldn't text and drive is because it saves lives. In 2011, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 350 fatal crashes were caused by using your cell phone. 6% of all non-fatal crashes are caused by the use of a cell phone. Now, 6% doesn't sound like a lot, but in 2011, that was over 50,000 crashes. When you send a text message, your eyes are off the road for an average of 5 seconds. When you're going 55 miles an hour, that's like driving the length of a football field blindfolded. Now that I've convinced you not to text and drive because it saves lives, let's look at another reason. The second reason you shouldn't text and drive is because it saves you money. Primarily because it's illegal. According to the United States official website for distracted driving, currently 45 states, DC, Puerto Rico, Guam, and the United States Virgin Islands ban text messaging for all drivers. All but 5 of these have it as a primary enforcement. And that means that if you are texting and driving, you can be pulled over with no other traffic violations involved. The 5 states that don't have it as a primary law mean you have to be doing something else like speeding or swerving to be able to have that as a citation for you, the text messaging while driving. Minnesota law officers wrote 1,800 text messaging while driving tickets in 2013 alone, according to the Department of Public Safety. First-time offenders have a ticket of $50. The second, multiple-time offenders, if you get more than 2, it's $150 per ticket. Other reasons that it saves you money is because if you could get into an accident, you have to pay to fix your car. You also have the legal fees associated with an accident where you could be taken to court or you have to fight a ticket or whatever. And then also your insurance can go up. Now that I've convinced you not to text and drive because it saves you money, let's talk about another reason. The third reason you should not text and drive is because it's easy. There is a device called the Cell Control Driver ID. It's basically your co-pilot. You put it in your car behind your rearview mirror, and it is a solar powered. You don't need any electricity at all to do it. And it will block the driver from being able to use their text messaging and also to be able to make phone calls, make or receive phone calls. You can't use Snapchat and other applications. There are some things that you can enable, like GPS is still available to you. And you can go onto the website and you'll download the app on the phone, and you can only take that app off of your phone by the password on the website. So it's good for parents with teenage drivers that they don't want them to drive distracted. It also tracks the way you drive. So if you accelerate really fast or you stop a lot, then it'll track that as well. So, but it's kind of foolproof. You don't have to worry about your phone because it doesn't work. It's $120, but it's a one-time payment, and it also, insurance companies some like Esurance and Liberty Mutual will actually lower your monthly premiums if you have this device in your car. Another way that it's easy is that you can just put your phone in silent mode. You don't hear it, and you won't be tempted to look at your phone, and you won't say, oh my gosh, this text message, you won't want to think about it. So it just completely is out of your mind. Another way that it's easy is that you can just write yourself a little note, put it on a Post-it, stick it on your dashboard, say, put your phone down. Your text message is not worth a life. And then another thing about how it's easy is that if you're in a car with somebody else and they're sending a text message while you're in the car, tell them to stop. Take their phone away from them. Say, I'll send the message for you. Something as simple as that. Your life is not worth their text message. Today I persuaded you not to text and drive. The first reason is because it saves lives. The second reason is because it saves you money. And then the third reason is because it's easy. Next time you're driving, look around you. Is the person next to you swerving because they're on their phone? Are you swerving because you're on your phone? Don't let a text message be the reason the world loses another life.